So, hello and welcome in this video, and in this video we will discuss the trigonometrical ratios. Okay. So, trigonometrical ratios of some specific angles. In particular, we will discuss the values of different trigonometrical ratios of 5 angles. So, we have to consider 0 degree, 30 degree, 45 degree, 60 degree and finally 90 degree. So, this video is very important because generally students get confused how do we memorize the values of different trigonometrical ratios for these angles. Now, in today's video we will discuss a very simple method to make this table and how we can obtain the values of different trigonometrical ratios for these particular or the specific angles. So, the today's video is very short video and it is very important because it will give you a clear understanding how do we formulate this complete table. So, if you look at these angles, so let us again write these angles. So, 0 degree, we have 30 degree, then we have 45 degree, then we have 60 degree and lastly we have 90 degree. Now, the only thing which you have to learn is this first row which is of sine theta. So, you can just write the first 5 numbers which are 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4 and you have to divide all these numbers by 4. Okay. So, now when you divide this, so this is coming out as 0, this is you will keep as it is, and if you write this, so this is coming as 1 by 2, this will be again 3 by 4 and this is coming out as 1. Now, if you take the square root of all of these numbers, so we are taking the square root. Okay, so we are taking the square root, so that is coming out as 0 because the square root of 0 is 0 and this 1 by 4 is coming out as 1 by 2 and the square root of 1 by 2 as 1 over square root of 2, this is root 3 over 2 and this is 1. So, what we are doing here, we just wrote down the first 5 numbers which are 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4 and we divide each of these numbers by 4 and when you divide this, so when you divide 0 by 4 you will obtain 0, we will keep this 1 by 4 as it is. So, 2 by 4 can be simplified as 1 by 2, 3 by 4 will remain as it is and 4 by 4 is coming out as 1. Finally, we are taking the square root. So, the square root of 0 is 0, the square root of 1 by 4 is 1 by 2 and so on. So, once we are done this process, so your first row is ready and this is the values of these trigonometrical ratios. Okay. So, this is how we obtain the values of sine of these angles. So, from this you can clearly see that sine of 0 is 0, sine of angle 30 is 1 by 2, sine 45 degree is 1 upon root 2, sine 60 degree is root 3 by 2 and sine 90 degree is 1. Now, next is cos theta. So, for cos theta what you have to do, you just reverse these values, means the values you have to write in the reverse order. So, the first one is 1, the next value is root 3 by 2. Now, next is 1 over root 2 and this will be 1 by 2 and lastly we have 0. So, we are just reversing the order. So, because for sine we begin with 0 and you can and ends at 1. So, for cos we begin with 1 and ends at 0. Now, we know that tan theta. So, tan theta is sin theta, as we discussed in our first video on trigonometry, that tan theta is sin theta over cos theta. So, tan 0 is sin 0 over cos 0. So, that is 0 over 1. So, that will be 0. Now, sin 30 is tan 30 is sin 30 over cos 30. So, 1 by 2 over root 3 by 2. So, you can easily obtain this as 1 over root 3. Similarly, tan 45 is sin 45 over cos 45. So, this is 1. From this you obtain root 3 and from this we have not defined. So, generally we write this as like this. So, this is our not defined, because when you divide 1 by 0, so that is not defined, because you cannot divide a non-zero number by 0. Now, cot theta is again you have to just reverse the order as we did in the case of cos. So, this will be infinity, this is coming out as root 3, this is 1, this is 1 by root 3 and this is 0. And now, here the next trigonometrical ratio is sec theta. So, sec theta we know that sec theta is 1 over cos theta. So, means sec 0 is 1 over cos 0. So, that is 1. Sec 30 degree is 1 over cos 30 degree. So, this is 2 over root 3. Sec 45 degree is 1 over cos 45 degree. So, that is root 2. Sec 60 degree is 1 over cos 60 degree. So, it is 0 and sec of 90 degree is 1 over cos 90 degree. So, again it is not defined. Now, again for cosec theta you just need to reverse this order. So, here you will obtain this as infinity, this is 2, this is root 2, this is 2 over root 3 and finally, we obtain this as 1. So, this is how do we obtain this table, and this is a very simple method. All you need to do is just note down this 5 numbers 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4 and divide these numbers by 4 and take the square root of the outcome. So, that will be the values of sine, and once you get this value you can easily obtain the complete trigonometrical table. So, this is all for this video, and in the next video we will discuss some problems on the values or the specific values of the trigonometrical ratios, and we discuss some more concepts on trigonometry. So, that is all. Thank you.